I don't know why no one is talking about this, but we need to have a serious conversation. If you saw my last video about the economy, this is what I was talking about, and I wanted to make this to elaborate a little more on that viewpoint. Everybody's talking about the war in Iran, but almost nobody's talking about the machine underneath it, and that machine is energy. See, right now you've got two major things happening at the same time. Over in the Middle East, Iran is putting pressure on the Strait of Hormuz, which is one of the most important choke points on oil in the world. A huge chunk of the world's oil supply passes through that narrow stretch of water. At the same time, Ukraine is hitting Russian oil infrastructure, ports, refineries, export routes. So now you've got pressure on the Middle East supply and the Russian supply at the same time. That's not normal. That's how you stress the entire global system. And here's how you know it's real. Countries are already reacting. India's cutting fuel taxes just to keep prices under control. Japan is tapping reserves, even changing how they price oil. South Korea is rolling out emergency support. The Philippines are holding emergency meetings. Even parts of Europe are starting to see localized fuel shortage. This is not a maybe someday. This is happening right now. And you've got China sitting right in the middle of this. China relies heavily on oil coming out of the Middle East and Russia. And here's the part nobody's really saying out loud. It's not about what governments are saying, it's about what ships are actually doing. We've already seen ships turn around instead of going through the strait. Refineries are cutting output. That tells you confidence is low, and when confidence drops in the energy market, prices go up fast. And honestly, this is the part that should make everybody a little uncomfortable. We should all be asking, why are we not getting the full picture out of places like Iran and Ukraine? Because the reality is we're not. So it's not just about what's happening on the ground, it's about what you're not being shown that matters. Because if you don't have a clear information, you can't fully understand the risk. And if you can't understand the risk, you can't really see what is actually going on and where this is actually going. Nobody's talking about it. All right, if you made it this far, I want to hear from you. Do you think that this is being overblown, or do you think we're not being told the full story in Ukraine or the Middle East? Drop it in the comments. I'm actually curious where people stand on this. Part 2 is where it really starts to come together. So here's where this goes. Infrastructure damage, I'm talking ports, pipelines, LNG facilities, major export terminals. This escalates fast because now you're not just waiting on diplomacy, you're waiting on repairs, security, insurance approvals, crews on the ground. That takes time. And when energy gets tight, it doesn't just hit fuel, it hits shipping, it hits manufacturing, it hits fertilizer, which means it hits food. That's when this turns from an oil story into an everything story. Now, here's the part that's really interesting. While most of the world is scrambling, the U.S. made a move that gives them a little breathing room, bringing Venezuelan oil back into the mix. And that matters because U.S. refineries were built for that type of heavy crude. It's closer, it's easier to move, and it avoids a lot of risk setting over in the Middle East right now. So while countries like China, India, and Japan are dealing with longer routes, higher costs, and more uncertainty, the U.S. has more options. Not immune, but definitely better positioned. And in a situation like this, options are everything. So when you zoom out and take a look at the whole picture, this is what I was talking about in the economy video. This isn't just a war. This is a global energy pressure test. And right now, multiple pressure points are getting hit at the same time. That's why you're seeing the reactions you're seeing. That's why prices are moving the way they are. And that's why this matters a whole lot more than just headlines, because wars make headlines, but energy shocks could rewrite entire economies. What do y'all think about all this? I mean, I'm sure China's not happy, but let me know down in the comments. This has been a quick update from the DFW Roof Advisor, keeping you covered, Texas. We'll see you soon.